radio things that he was talking about, I didn't think they were all true. I thought maybe he had one because there was just some minute details he was giving, and I go, oh wait, I think I know the building he's talking about. I think because I know it's not a place he's been to. I'm sorry, a place that we worked at, so it's a place he had to have gone to, and I'm like, all right, he must have been there for something. A few of the others, I thought he's just making this up, and then after Anthony's deal, on Carl's show, I guess he had posted some screen caps or something of a conversation that he had. So I guess they did reach out to him. I don't know why he didn't take an opportunity that was given. He keeps saying it's about the money. I know Ant was pointing that out too, about the money.
Yeah.
But Ant was smart enough to see the forest through the trees on that and saying, well, Hope doesn't have to worry about the money. At least I don't think he does. Ant doesn't have to worry about the money.
They all made millions.
So take the opportunity and make what you can out of it. And he won't do it because he keeps saying, it's like, well, they're not paying me enough for... Do you need the money? Do you need to have that?
Someone on, I think, Carl's
it's just
show
another cop-out.
Made it the point of like, oh, it's not enough money. It's like, you are currently doing a show for no money on YouTube. So why would you have a problem with that?
He's always been... It's been... Like, I gave up trying to figure it out. But I just reside on the fact that's just how he's always going to be. He's afraid to try.
Yes.
He's afraid to compete. You could, if he had tried...
He's a fear of failure.
He built a studio. He built a proper audio network, video network, all that. And if he kept generating stuff, whatever, and he wasn't... I mean, I guess technically we're all competing against the world. If anyone has a show, we're competing against them. But if he felt Anthony was his direct competition or somebody like that, and he kept putting out content and all these things, and you could see the effort he was doing.
Right.
And over time, you could see the production elements were getting better, the graphics were looking better, the cameras were...
Yeah,
you could see that.
It was falling
and he wasn't winning. You could say his content sucks or whatever, but you could say, well, at least he was trying. You know, you could see that he was really trying to make something of it, or he's making something. He's just not as successful as this person, but he's doing well, or you could see it. Here is just, I'm not going to be instantly this, so why ever try?
And he could hire, I mean, how many of us who are not millionaires like he is can...
You're not?
Can get the right equipment and can get people, to run a show, or at least teach him what to do, or like... set up situation.
He's had all...
The plaque is askew? I want it more
like a clock.
askew. I might have to move it. It's pretty...
You should turn this place like into the Haunted Mansion. You know, where things just move throughout the show like that. Yeah, stuff appears behind the couch. He's had plenty of opportunities since the Sirius thing fell apart. I was somewhat at Westwood One during his time at Westwood One. I was supposed to be working on another person's show. And Tim Sabian came to me and said, we're bringing Opie in. We'd like you to run all his stuff for him. You know him. He'll work with you. And I said, Tim, I haven't talked to him since the day he slammed the door. He yelled at me and slammed the door, and he walked out.
He yelled at you?
Yeah, that was the last time I saw him. He came into our old studios. We had two studios. There was the main room, and then there was my control room, where I would run the secondary stuff, commercials, satellite stuff, all that shit. And the day he got outage, where Sherrod Small admitted that video existed and that everybody at the Comedy Cellar saw it and what have you, that was his last show.
It was Sherrod that outed him?
Yeah, because Sherrod's like, oh, I saw it. Everybody down at the cellar saw it. And Oak kept telling the lawyer and stuff that video didn't exist.
Oh, shit.
And then he had to say it was G-rated at best, so he had already lied to them.
Oh,
and
no.
The staff, myself, I wasn't even involved in it. Like, when that incident took place, I was still in the studio. They all left. The show was over. They left, and that bathroom situation happened. I was still in the studio running stuff and to get to the top of the hour for the next thing to take over. So I wasn't anywhere near it. But we all had to talk to the lawyers. We had to talk to management when this whole stuff was unfolding. And I was like, I had nothing. I was like, I have no part of this. I wasn't there. I can't even tell you what was going on. So I thought, my opinion, he thought we were all going to cover for him or say that this wasn't that big a deal and that Roland was being crazy. And I had to say, it's like, I wasn't there. What can I tell you? If I tell you anything, either direction. I'm lying to you. Obviously, I was not there, so I couldn't say anything. The other guys told their stories or whatever they said to them. Eventually, this was unfolding. But that last show, he walked around to my studio with Vic Henley in tow. Do you know who Vic Henley was?
Yeah.
Right. And I could see, because the back part of my studio was all a glass wall to the hallway. So I could see Vic over here, and Ope came into my door over here, and he opened the door, and it's one of those big, like, Navy airlock doors where it's pressurized to keep it closed and soundproof and whatever.
Right.
So he pushes the door open, and the last thing he said to me, he goes, thanks. It was like either thanks for having my back or thanks for defending me. I really fucking appreciate it. And then turned around to try to slam the door, but the door is an airlock thing, so it doesn't slam. And he just walked off, and I turned and looked, and Vic just kind of went like this to me, and they walked off. That was the last time I ever saw him.
Wow.
Right? Then I got the phone call around, I think it was 4th of July or something, he's done. And which was ironic because that's when I got the phone call that Anthony was fired on a 4th of July, same day. But when I was going over to Westwood, again, I was offered a job producing somebody else's show. Tim came to me and he said, hey, I really want you to produce Opie's thing. You know how this works. We can work together. And I know Tim, so it makes sense. I said, Tim, I haven't talked to him since that day. He won't talk to anybody. I said, I'm willing to discuss this, but you got to make some kind of meeting happen where we're all sitting together so we can talk this out. Tim goes, not a problem. We'll take care of it. Tim goes and does all this. And God bless Tim. Tim threw him that lifeline to get him on Westwood One because there was nobody that wanted him.
Wow.
Ope wouldn't have the meeting. Ope didn't care, didn't want to know that. In fact, he was offering other producers and stuff that we had way less money to have them come over to produce his thing, and they all told him no.
With Raisin.
So Ope went without a producer. Tim was trying to get me over there, and because they were moving things, I lost the other show gig because that show was about to launch, and they had to put a different producer in that show.
Man.
So her show took off, and then I was sitting there without the other gig I was supposed to have because Tim asked me to wait, and I did, and it didn't happen. But the point of all of this was that he had so many opportunities and so many people around him that were trying to guide him. Tim's like, we're going to build you a studio here.
Wow.
Come do a studio, do a proper thing. He wouldn't do it. He wanted to walk around Manhattan.
Wow.
He wanted to sit on couches in lobbies and do all this weird shit.
Wow.
He had so many people that were just like, oh, let me build this infrastructure for you. Let me show you how to do all this stuff. Nope, didn't want to do it. I don't know if it was a bullshit pride thing. I think he's afraid.
Yeah.
But what do I know? He's never taken a chance since.
Wow.
And it's just easy to say, I do my own thing. I don't care. I'm happy. He's not happy.
How can you be
I know
happy?
people that know him and have told me, and it's not like I'm not going to reveal those conversations and stuff.
Oh, reveal them. No, I'm kidding.
But it's just like they tell me, and a lot of it's unsolicited. And it's like, hey, I talked to. I'm like, oh, how's he doing? Oh, and then they would tell me whatever, and I go, well, that's his own doing. They all know. But he's had all these opportunities, and it got to the point where it was sad and depressing seeing this. To the point where now it's just numb, and it's like, well, what are you going to do? It's somebody who doesn't want to help themselves that had all the opportunities in the world.
Right.
And this is somebody also, because a lot of people think that I'm shitting on Opie all the time. I'm never talking about it. Look at any of my stuff. I never mention him unless I'm asked.
Except for right now.
Well, that, or if when I was working with Anthony, if something like that came up.
Yeah.
It's sad, depressing. I'm numb to it now. I don't really care. He gave me an amazing opportunity. Both him and Anthony gave me an amazing opportunity 20 years ago with all of this stuff. And not being able to help those people, I mean, I help Anthony where I can, but not being able to help the other guy because of him being so fucking thick-headed, and just can't get out of his own way.
He's his own
and you go
enemy.
like, you could be so much more. Even Anthony has said you could do so much more if he just
let people help him. Not even like he has to try. Just let people
listen to people who are legitimately trying to help you. Learn from things. You see other streamers, you see other podcasters. What are they doing that you're not? Hey, I would like to do that too. And then you incorporate that in and then go, okay, now I'm kind of doing what they're doing. How do I make this different so that it's my thing? That's what you do with all of these things. He won't do it. And what do you do at this point? You still get asked. It's like, what do you think about Opie? I don't. I don't. We get tagged on things all the time, especially in the last several weeks. We get tagged on a ton of things.
Yeah.
Because Anthony will make a comment about Opie's thing, we're tagged in it. Opie makes a comment about Anthony's thing, we're tagged in it. So it's not like you can avoid seeing this stuff. It's whether you want to go or watch it or not. But what do you want us to do? None of us can help the guy. He doesn't want any help, so...
He's too proud.
The audience wants to see either them get together again, or it's ultimately, I think... But why now? At this point, there's no point in doing it. So what's the other alternative? They want blood. They want to see everybody.
Slabo! Okay, so Erock went on Chrissy Mayer's show, and it was actually a great interview. We learned a lot, because he didn't just even talk about Opie. He talked about what went down with Compound Media ending, how everything changed when Cumia had that other heart attack. Remember, Cumia said he just had to get a stint put in, like it was during a regular checkup. Erock claims, no, the dude had another heart attack. And then, so him and Chrissy talked about what happened there, the firings there. He talked about all this stuff with Opie. He brings up something after this. That's why I go check out the full Chrissy Mayer thing. I found the whole thing fascinating. I'm just playing you this part because I'm going to talk about this part. But another part he brought up later was the fact that nobody owns, like, the publishing to the Opie and Anthony show. Nobody owns it. Sirius doesn't own it. Nobody. And, like, Erock has all the masters to everything, all the original tapes and stuff. And, like, Opie hates him because Opie wants some of it back. But technically, nobody owns the Opie and Anthony publishing, which is weird. But as for what Erock had to say in this clip, I mean, all right, so the firing from Sirius. So he brings that up. Opie was trying to get everyone to lie, saying the video wasn't that bad. I still always found it weird, the fact that Roland went and snitched about that video. And, like, Sherrod snitched him out. But I don't think it was like a purposeful thing by Sherrod. I think Sherrod was just like, what's the big deal? This is like the former O&A show. I thought things were wild around here. That. But the Westwood One thing, I mean, of course, Opie, they were going to give Opie a studio. And, like, you have to remember, it was right around that time that the Mad Cuban, Carl Ruiz, was done with Opie. It was after that deal, and he realized, oh my God, this guy Opie's not going to try. Because remember, Carl hitched his wagon to Opie. He left his wife for Miss Chipperson. And he was like, I'm hooked up with this dude Opie. He just got a deal with Westwood One. We're going to do an actual show. And then Opie turns down his studio and wants to walk around with a podcast hand machine and record random audio. It truly is sad. I mean, Erock said what I've been saying for years. Like, he's not trying, so when he fails, he can just say that he didn't even really try. So he has a built-in excuse. If someone brings up the fact of, like, you stink at what you're doing, he could just say, well, I'm not really trying. I'm not even good. I don't got good equipment. Although, here's the sad thing. He is trying. He edits all this and uploads clips and then labels them Opie's on a thing. And it's like he's talking about himself in the third person as if he has someone else editing and uploading this. No, it's all him. It's what he does all day, every day. He has nothing else to do all day, every day. There's nothing wrong with him doing it all day, every day. But he's got the means and everything. At least try. But he doesn't want to. He wants to continue to be the Opester. Let me know your thoughts in the comments.